Ona longo atu lea le review le. Le aso lea e sa uni mai ai. Le aso putu siri lea ona tahua. E toi fo ia i tua. E toi wha manatu, ma toi tau atu. Ina ia mawhai ona mau. Mea o uma o na a o ina atu. I le loto, a e alwhia ngai ai ma le suanga. Ma pe nāna o mawhawhau. Ono le nei lama ainga. Ele o se ainga o seisi. O loko ainga. O loko ainga o te manatu e. Le whausia I lunga. O le mana malama, ma le manino. Ina ia le lei le ainga. Ao ina maua o onga I le loto. Una ona lea. Mole le lei le ainga. Ape nāse ma whawhaunga ma se manatu na. I le lei le tau whawhaunga o whaitau I nātu. Tu se tau te nome lon tau koe varu. O whai upu mua mua e ngata e whai upu se furu sa whaitau ina I le. I le asawa tua nai. O le whai upu sumatasi e tau whai unga le au whaitau ina. Deuteronomy chapter 8, verse 11 through verse 18. It reads, Ia oe ne ingalo ia te oe, o le ali lo atua. I lo le tausi ia na polo inga, maana whaamasinonga, maana tūla fono. O te whai atu ai ia te oe. I le aso ne e ai ma e ma ona, me e whaia whare le lei ma nofo ai. E tuku telefoi lau lafu poi, ma lau lafu ma moe. E whaatoa tele ina foi, au a rio ma au auro. E whaatele ina foi o au mea u. Una whaama walunga ina ai lea o lo loto, ma e whaangaro ngalo I le alii lo atua. O lena au maia oe na I le nuo ai kupito. O le mea sa nofo kolonga ai. O lena taitai ia te oe na I le vau e tele male matautia. O iai ngā tau wongo ma akarau. O le nuo na umati fo. E le o iai se vai. A ua whapuna ina e ia le vai mo oe na I le papa ala. Na I e whanga ia te oe I le manai I le vau. O le mea na le iloa e automa. Ina ia na whātinga aina oe. Ina ia na tofu foi ia te oe. E whamanuia ia te oe I o tausanga amuli. Nei e whapei foi lo roto. O lo malosi mai malosi o lo lima. Ua o maua mai aile nei o loa. A ia e manatu I le ali lo atua. O wā o ia na te amatua ia te oe ne malosi. E maua mai ai o loa. Ina ia whaatu mawina ai e ia. Nana whea ngainga. Na ia tau tō ai I otoma. Pei ona whai I le aso le. I want to read this in English version for sake of our kids. Deuteronomy chapter 8, verse 11 to 18. It reads, Take heed lest you forget the Lord your God by not keeping His commandments and His ordinances and His statutes, which I command you this day, lest when you have eaten and are full and have built goodly houses and live in them, and when your herds and flocks multiply, and your silver and gold is multiplied, and all that you have is multiplied, then your heart be lifted up, and you forget the Lord your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage, who led you through the great and terrible wilderness, with its fierce serpents and scorpions and thirsty ground, where there was no water, who brought you water out after flinty rock, who fed you in the wilderness with manna, which your fathers did not know, that he might humble you and test you to do you good in the end. Beware lest you say in your heart, my power and the might of my hand have gotten me this wealth. You shall remember the Lord your God, for it is he who gives you power to get wealth, that he may confirm his covenant, which he swore to your fathers, as at this day. Tauna amata no fale fa atu ya maale ia fionga mai tala yo to fina ngalo mo ta to loko no ta ofo ile ba ya solente nei o lewo fa to o kanana le nugo le tu Now Moses stood in front of the Israelites and remind them, because now they are about to enter the Holy Land, the Promised Land. Masani fatana. Ao ina fa manu e ina leolo. Una ngalo mo fie lea. E ngalo mo fie. Pe ao ina fa manu e ina leola. Le mele lewa. Fa manatu atu e mose le nu. May look back to a family naturally to a night. My to a night. The man of Malanga Mayai, a man at Tupu. Look back. What happened in the wilderness? Il va me tour. One man at Tupu. Ona o maila ia o tala o le tuana e fausia ai sauni e ul fale atu tonu le o le no le o famania o le tuana the best tinga na le leile atu e mui ale no e mui ale no tele famania ale atu ile yai fatashi mali nu wai mui ya nu leo ta fa manatu watu yi a faina mui le nu na va ayola to mata imete tele no faye le tuo ile tuona a le la sauni e ofia tu tonole ole nu le tele to ma ai ngam fa manu ya mai sisi la fa ma yo le a e mo fa le ole a tele o povi o ma moe ole a tele to mo ai mo auro mo a rio ole a no foi lo fale le foi mo fia no ngalo ya o le tu e mai aua ni ngalo ia te oe na polo ia e tausi ia ato va ai so fu le ola fa ne tu no people who have wealth, prosperities. What they do on Sundays, they sit in front of their TV. They entertain themselves. They don't go to church. They worship with all those wealth that they had. They're enjoying it. It's too much wealth. It's too much money. They found that. Populär to be met the mama. But if I take the inga to silly now thing of fear and fight, when I talk about behind, male folk to a eye, the no there to a sound you fall to turn the mama. I'm therefore able to my eyes that over to know some more. Let you know where, let you know not to, or not to your son. Ole, ona eu tanto samo. E tu la fono no fai. E o uma le lotu ai to tasi peto o tangata no foi fai me ai. Mato no masani velha. Nanu le wase singa ale au manga ile sa e oi. Tilo ila lo oi ila lo manga. E va vai pe inicio le rafia. Ole tu la fono ina ia o uma tangata e lotu e o ai tomaiti. No le. Ole, ola mamativa ma le tango lima. Ole o langa e le ni mese tele o lai. Awo mai le nei tu no. No o te mama ainga. Ma le no. Mena fe mai nei na tua o ni ngalo. Amo ni ngalo le tu. Tu nama o e tali. Tu nama o e pini. Ami se lotu. Oi lotu. Ole tala ile. Ile bela fo ia e tosfo. Oh, Maya Yesu, tala ile bela e tosfo. The story about 10 leprosy that Jesus healed them, healed all 10 of them. And one went back to Jesus to thank him. And Jesus asked him, didn't I heal 10? Where is the other 9? 90% didn't go back to Jesus. Only 1%. Tasin to e fo I whaftai I le ali I Yesu. O te le whamalo lo ina ea le tosifu. O whea le to ea. E whame le ato manino le nā. O le mea lo so I fua maona I tangata I nei unupu. To tele atu tangata I le o kudono fo I ai Yesu. E loko no nofo I to iwa lea ma whaftai I o nā tonga ma whane. I told us, you went back to Jesus. Nando sa ili Yesu. Teo ia Yesu. The church. Oi nālai mo ai Yesu. Because e te whaalongo fora ai Yesu. E te whaalongo tala ina ai Yesu. E te whaalongo o pese ai Yesu. Mena whetare manino ai Yesu. I ta ua o lana e ka le si. Nā te ati a e lana e ka le si. O lana e ka le si. Jesus is a church. I build my church. Jesus is a church. O lana wi. Le taua le loa o Yesu I whako atu. Ai taua le whati nonga I le ustai. Le loa e tūrai e sa ili Yesu. Al mena le wha mawhai tu se te tu nungu. Ai ma e ma ona ai. O ngone I ngalo I ati oe le ali le atua. Ule na whaia ia mea umarawa I ati. Obedience is the response of love. Jesus said, if you love me, keep my commandments. Obedience is the response of love. O le usta, o le tali le nofa. Alfa mafana tu silenda to. That was the emphasis from the verses here. All those verses that I read. Obey him and keep his commandments. Obey him and keep his commandments. That means obey is a response of love. When you love him, keep his commandment. And you keep his commandment because you love him. You respond to that love. And the reason why you love him, because you look back and you see what he did for you. Kuna eu stai lea, il polo inga le. Il polo inga la le il fa mafa tu yo so. Al polo inga muli foi alna. Na lu le Yesu le sata. If you love me, keep my commandments. En fait, tu as l'offre à Tao, tu as tout la fond. À tout la fond, ma femme et Jésus, love one another. Love one another. Alors, l'offre, il est toi, les femmes, tu as la haine. Parfois, il y a une femme, tu as toi, on est maintenant. Alfa manatu fo ina mo we ma ma ya te la te mo to chan ma wo ma ya mai ba ai tu ai te mi no ti na ai te mi fa le to wa ai te mi na o ya ile ICU when I was in a ICU when I was suffering because I didn't have enough. Those moments, God has been there for us. But those are the instructions for your future. Mena fatonwina low lumana. It directs your future. If I see no ina low lumana. Why ma aya ma tu ma e loa me aya sa tawa una e oti ai sa le tawa e mowoi awo e mowoi na ma o e mangos because of him, because of God. All of us Itaú le frente fora. Le li rofa. Le li fo tele. Le li fa mano. Ta wolo fo ile. Fo ile. Fo e fa fta ile. Oman menat fa pe o la no fa le to ya. No. You need to go back and respond to him. You know, if I die, I'm not going to feel like tired. Listen me for your feet. And what that I'm not going to allow my foot to not do. O fair my man, no shoot, I'm not two more. Where is that strength come from? Fair my yay, little hotel, tamata mao. Those who live far away from this place. And they keep coming and coming and coming and coming. Fair way. And to two sama tanata lata lata ma. I feel my will. I am alone later about a tapo in the Ilomanosi. The summer for a young to the Ilomanosi. You will never tire of doing it because God is leading you. When you remember the love of God, that love will never get away from you. Gratitude is an attitude that led you to an altitude. Gratitude is an attitude that led you to an altitude. Mole ang ganga faftay. E fai ma mio. Ale ang faftay e fai ma mio. Nate avea oe me mogulunga. Mole ang faftay. Ale ang nai. Ma foi manatu. Mai whaknatu atu i atu e ale i ola i kai au. E la tatou whale atu tau sama fō. Ise mā mei o tatou whōronga ma ia tau sama o mai atu. We've seen the growth of this church. We've seen it, our kids. It's getting more and more and more kids. It is a blessing. Mama ai te mau ainga o le kalesi. A peani se to te leo le tato tupe. But we have a lot of them. Tau te le oi. O le whaksoa le tua. I e a lofa i ate. Nā tātou o mai lunga o whawhitau. Te leo whalonga o tō auto ka play I mea na tutu. You keep working and working and working. You keep trusting and trusting and trusting. See what God is doing to us. It is a blessing. Multiply that. Mea ye a lofa yate. Ale a lofa e no foi de fale. Le lofa e tu la e mami sa ili le. Paftai ara e ona fai mua te usanga. Le ngata e. O se, la unga ta penam sa uia i o tō whalo tele. Mole a mai atu tau sama fō. Nua le atua mui ia. That's why ele tau huku I la tōru ia. They hear it. But ele tau nuku I le nuku porfora ini. Nā tō te le te tōru I le tua. Mina ena mui. A mea umana na tupu I ona I le me whengo whina nā tō whina iana. Aina ma ai ma gena whai e atu. God performed miracles for them. But they still don't believe. They still don't trust Him. Ape nā tātou. After tele ya tō. Te loa e seo whia. Mea tupua. Awa kua tō mū. Stetta. Mu tō pana ai pēra. Mu po ana o whatangangu. You were silent. You guys didn't say anything or hear any words from you. You're sad, but you never say anything. Why? Because you obey. And obey is a response of God. But if stai, no Dr. Lia, if stai, but le tali le lofa. Le lofan fatonu mai Yesu. You keep my commandments. If you love me, keep my commandments. After you love, not one, don't get of some of my young couples. Lelo, I don't know how to explain or tell you how much I appreciate not only me but all folks. All you have done for us here. You devote your time. You go to the stadium. You know that's a big thing, going to a stadium. Because you go to volunteer. You use your feet for 8, 7, 9 hours to serve the church. It's not for you. But you went to serve the church. Those money come here, it built the church. Young couples. Now, your parents don't worry about what you eat. When they tell you to bring some food, young couples always cook with good stuff. A lot of stuff. Wow. Because you obey, and your obedience is your response to the love of one who loves you. Kids, thank you. No, I never seen a church that is filled with kids every Sunday morning. That is beautiful. And all because of your parents. Thanks to your parents for believing and trusting in God. That's why they teach you, and that's why they wake up and bring you to church. It's for your better. Yeah, enough for today. So this coming Sunday, the lesson of there's no lot of fire. We'll have our church here. I believe this is the first Sunday of the year since I got here. We are going to have our own church here. Keep coming. We are going to prepare our reforming in front of the UCC conference. I believe somewhere on the 16th of January. So when the youth leader called you guys, prepare, get ready to perform. You are carrying the name of Allah. We've seen so many good things. It comes from you. And it is a blessing. Parents are happy. We are all happy. Yeah, may God be with you kids. All of you that are having babies, young kids, may the good Lord be with you, strength to take care of those kids. And may God be with all of us who are here today. Let's start our New Year service. The New Year service on Sunday. And on Sunday, Sa uni mai o se fulu tai a foi a matai tanto roto. Sa uni mai a ko fai sau to tala fa tai pe po kwa tu atu la no ya te to mole tato fai na malang ye am tango to sang. Fai fa tato fa o wa tu ilisia sa so ai ya ta o matusa ya o tato ma losi ma fina ngalo lo fa ya tu. Ni la vaso ia o whamanatu nā mo tātou ranga i atu te sanfo. Ia, tau tu nāle ali la oni nātu. O mani whaseina i tātou te mau ainga. O te mau ainga e fia mo nai. O mani o ti e tātou. E peo le tana le teo tonu. Le atuan whai te mau ainga. O le atuan a wina nofo tunu ta mau ainga. O e whai mo o tō. O ne ngano ai a tō le atu. Ia e mia le sa, mia tele te sang fo ia tō uma. Ona o Yesu o le mo e lofa ia tātou. Ia ana i runa soi fo pa ia, a peo le whana mai. E nā aso umwai atu tātou whamina tui. O mai e tau ngama tō iora, na ia rāwea ina i tātou. Ia, pese ua sa mia e whewisi.